Jessica is in Arizona. Hi, Jessica. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, thank you both for having me on.
Sure. What's up?
Okay, so my husband and I, we don't want to act in fear. I mean, we know that the market is pretty much on sale right now. And we also don't want to be unwise, though. And we're really just wondering if and at what point we should pause baby steps 4, 5, and 6 and just stockpile cash during all this chaos.
Why?
My job is stable. I'm a teacher, so I'm not worried about that. But my husband does own his own practice. He's a chiropractor. We don't think, based on our state, it will be shut down. But obviously, like, patient visits have dropped dramatically, pretty much in half at this point. And we just don't know how long this will continue. And, you know, he wants to make sure he's able to pay his staff and continue to do those things. So we're just not really sure how to analyze it.
Does he have retained earnings in his chiropractic office?
He does.
How much?
He does. I think between, like, checking and savings, it's about $100,000.
How much staff has he got?
He's got another doctor in there and 4 employees.
Okay. So what's it take him a month to pay them? $15,000?
Yeah, I think like 10 to 15, somewhere around there.
So he could make it like 10 months with no income?
Yeah, he said, you know, especially on bare bones, they could go a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think why would you need to pile up cash? Sounds like you got a pile of cash.
Okay. That's kind of what we were debating.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a reason, yeah, if you look up and you go, okay, if his revenue disappears for 2 months, you're fine.
Right.
You can eat off of your all's income at home, and we'll use some of that 100 to pay the bills down there, right?
Yep.
And you could even ask them to skip a little if you needed to, but I don't even think you'll need to. But if you told me, you know, you had $10,000 down there, yeah, I'd probably stop and pile up some cash to help his practice survive, because he may go, you know, at 2 months with the equivalent of 2 months of revenue. Oh, it may be over the next 4, but he's probably going to lose some revenue. And so, but you know what I've been telling our folks internally here, and the Entree Leadership Tribe, and Christy's been telling the Business Boutique Tribe, people running businesses, is it is very difficult to slow down as a leader and make calm decisions based only on the facts. And the facts are, you guys have a big pile of money, and it would have to go a long time before you would need more, unless I missed something.
I don't think so. I think it's just, again, that, you know, he's worried about his, you know, staff and just making sure that they're taken care of. I think
I am too. I am too. But I think my point is the facts are that they're taken care of.
Okay.
You know what's interesting, Jessica? The question that you asked, I'm asked all the time from people. They say it's something like this, Dave. They say, is this fear or wisdom, you know, guiding my decision? Is this fear or wisdom? I can't discern between the two. And I always ask them, what are you afraid of? And if there's a practical, factual answer, well, I'm afraid of not being able to make payroll because we have no retained earnings. Okay, there's wisdom there. That's when wisdom is guiding your decisions. When I say, what are you afraid of? And they say, I don't know. They don't have an answer. That's when it's this boogie monster. It's this elusive shadow that's just haunting you. That's like, no.
Well, he's afraid of not being able to pay the staff.
Right.
But he's got the money to pay the staff.
He's got the money. That's what I mean. It's when it's unfounded, when there's no facts to back up the fear. When you look at this and go, hey, I looked at the numbers and I am okay. Then that's not something you need to be afraid of. That's wisdom that you've got the cash piled up. You're okay.
There's plenty of other things to be worried about.
Sure. Sure. But I found that helps you discern between the two. If you can answer the question and there's a factual reason, then yeah, we need to make some decisions with wisdom. But if it's just this sense of fear because of what's going on in the world, or you know, we don't have an actual numbers to,
you know, and dial it back in the case of Ramsey Solutions. Okay, we got 1,000 people here responsible for paying the payroll.
Right.
And so what are we doing? Well, when and if revenues turn down, and they likely will,
right,
in this environment, then we have to measure against that.
Right.
But until they do, I'm not going to start measuring against it because it might happen.
Right.
I'm watching it literally every day, where I used to look at it maybe once a month, and we're watching all the leading indicators of the revenue, the metrics and the accounting pieces and all that. In a business this size, there's all kinds of things you can measure and look at, and our guys are really good at helping me do that, and we got a great leadership team to pull that off. But what I keep telling our guys is we're going to make decisions based on not what we think could happen, but based on what is literally happening.
Right.
And no, it's not too late. We're going to say, if something bad happens, then we'll do B. If something good happens, then we'll do A. And so we've got a flow chart figured out. The decisions are already made if and when it turns up or down.
Right.
And if and when this occurs or that occurs. And you can put in your flow chart decision making. But what I'm trying to work with our leadership team on, and even in my own headspace between my own little ears, is to say, don't oversteer. Don't overcorrect for something that isn't there yet. Be prepared. There might be a bridge out ahead, but we don't need to get off until we get up there, and we don't need to get off at the exit until we get up there and there's an actual detour sign because the bridge is really out. Not we heard a rumor that the bridge might be out.
Right.
So we're going to cancel our trip. You know, and that's what I keep trying to do. And every time I say that about the coronavirus, you know, then you just get eviscerated. You're not allowed to say that about the mathematics of the coronavirus because people just go bananas, and I'm Satan's child because I bring that up. But all I'm trying to do there is say, let's deal with what is really there. And yeah, you can look at the scenarios of what might happen, good or bad. You can look at when the curve flattens, if there's a curve, how it flattens, over what period of time it flattens, all that kind of thing. And you can run those scenarios out. But in case you haven't noticed, those are changing daily too.
Right.
And so you don't have to be Satan's child to question authority. It's a good thing to question authority. So, but boy, people get pissed off. Some of you have lost your ever-loving minds. It's a hoot to watch how you misbehave. But because Dave Ramsey's reckless and irresponsible, and he's putting his employees' lives in jeopardy. And yeah, I'm doing all that. I'm purposefully trying to kill my employees. What a dumb butt thing to say.
Well, what's so interesting is this fear, and we've been talking about this, but even in light of this question, this fear can be so consuming, it actually becomes your reality and steals your present, steals your joy, steals your peace, and you're fine. Like you can feel, I've been at home just from, either listening to someone or hearing someone, and I notice, Dave, my chest is tight and my breath is short, and I feel myself getting in. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm at home. I'm safe. It's like we have to watch what we put in our minds. We have to watch, what we hear. We have to look at the actual facts. Your situation, for example, you've got that pile of cash. Your employees, which you're worried about, are going to be fine.
By the way, you've done a great job.
You're set up for success.
Incredible.
And when you look at those facts, it allows you to realize, like you said with the bridge analogy, hey, if something happens, I'll deal with that. I'm going to be smart and wise, watching the dials, watching the revenue, watching the savings and so on. But today, I am okay. Today I am safe, I am healthy, I've got savings, I am okay. And so I think that when we look at what the moment that we're in, being wise about the future, but not letting that fear steal your joy from your present, that's really important in a time like this.
Yeah. It's Dave, what if my retirement is down because the stock market's down because of coronavirus when I get ready to retire? Well, so what? I don't know. Let's say you got $500,000 in your retirement in your 401k. And it goes down to $400,000, okay, which is probably about what it's done roughly, and you retired today, right in the middle of this. Well, you weren't going to cash it all out anyway. You were just going to live off the income, so you got a little less income. But you didn't lose your retirement. You didn't lose your income from it, and you don't want to cash it out now anyway. But you weren't going to cash it all out anyway. You're going to leave it in there and let it pay you, and so you're not going to move it anyway. So it doesn't change your retirement plans. But we get all caught up in the drama of the stock market, and the stock market's a drama queen for sure.